Welcome to Game 1 here at the Target Center. And for the first time in NBA history, the Golden State Warriors and the Minnesota Timberwolves will meet in a playoff series. We're ready to go. Crowd standing and the clapping in a rhythmic fashion to get this game started.
There goes Draymond Green. That is part of the storyline here, and he gets the first bucket of the second round.
Bounce pass goes to Conley. Wheels on Pajemski. Dribbles left side, blasting to the basket. Goes in and out, tipped up and in by Gobert. And the Wolves have tied the game. Randall, one dribble, pump fake, goes up, 15-footer, got it. That's not a matchup you want to live on.
And Stephen Curry goes to the basket and lays it in.
Draymond comes over, screens for him. Pajemski down, feeds Butler. He's open, left corner three, got it! Jimmy buckets from downtown. 7-4 Warriors in the early going, 9:25 in the first.
Julius Randle gets a little fade away.
Ball goes to Draymond. He'll turn and face. Curry fades to the corner, quick release, and a splash for Curry. Left corner three. He just kind of backed out there, kind of like, oh, I'm not really here, don't look at me. And caught the ball from Draymond and knocked it down.
Pajemski left open, and Pajemski knocks one in. And of course, Jimmy Butler has unlocked the Warriors in a significant way. Jaden McDaniels in the right place. Able to score it. Running with Dante DiVincenzo. Minnesota has an outstanding bench. And DiVincenzo. Nice little fadeaway baseline jumper. McDaniels. Moses Moody on him. And now over Draymond. McDaniels hits.
Bounce pass Looney to the rack, goes up and missed it. Rebound loose. Gobert stolen away by Payton. Payton took it away from him. Finds Curry.
Wow, Payton able to swipe that rebound away from Gobert. Sets up Curry for three.
Looney and Payton combined for the hustle play. The Warriors tie the game in Minnesota once time. It's another grinder of a game here as Reed goes down the lane, up and good. Scoring over Looney. Nobody stopped the ball.
Wolves have the lead, and Buddy Hield finds Payton, who puts it down.
But goes hard to the paint. Throws out to Draymond. Above the break, three is up and good for Draymond Green. As he likes to say, boom.
Curry dancing with Alexander Walker. Got it. Stephen Curry, as only he can do.
Now Hield will cut through. He'll screen for Curry. Curry takes the handoff. Foul line, one-hander on the rim. Bounced up and bounced in. Curry, I think, stepped on somebody. He is limping coming back.
Draymond Green fires up a three-pointer. Hits another one. Draymond Green with 2 threes.
Draymond Green from downtown. The Warriors on a run. They lead 30-20 right now.
There is concern for Stephen Curry. Terrific crew in the tape room tracking this all the way, finding the moment where Curry showed us for the first time. That was after the three-pointer. He's grabbing at his left hamstring. Now stay with it here. We'll try to give you as much as we can before play resumes, but he's obviously not comfortable. And then the Warriors get the ball back. This is all on tape. Gets the ball back. Curry, that little push shot. Immediately grabs at it again and immediately asks Steve Kerr for a replacement. But Draymond Green going Steph Curry out here, knocking down yet another three-pointer. And Nasriq finally scores for Minnesota. That was Minnesota's first basket of the second quarter. Butler finds Green, the hot hand, and he stays hot. Oh, Draymond Green.
Steph Curry, officially a left hamstring strain, will not return to tonight's game. 13 points in 13 minutes for Steph Curry on 5 of 9 from the field, but again, left hamstring strain will not return to tonight's game.
Here goes Looney to the basket. Looney lays it in. DiVincenzo running the point right now. Randall gets inside.
Outside to Draymond Green. He drives right down the lane and gets a dunk. It's 40-28 Warriors.
Oh, Buddy Hield slips to the basket. Gobert there for help. Edwards with Payton on him. Finds DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo drives. Tough shot, and that one's in. Three-pointers and air ball. Gobert might have got a piece, but Jimmy Butler with his 5th offensive rebound of the half, able to put it back. A rock fight here in Game 1 of this best-of-7 second-round series.
Butler quickly to Hield in the corner to Payton. 3-ball left corner pocket, and that's how we open the second half.
Jimmy Butler on a great feed from Draymond Green.
Randall with the ball. Top of the key. Looks for McDaniels. Posting up on Pajemski. Turns and shoots over the top of him. Banked it home.
Draymond Green, the hub of the wheel, finds Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield delivers a 3-ball. Anthony Edwards, now 0 for 9, now 0 for 10. He's getting to the rim like he normally does. He can't finish it. Hield in transition. Back-to-back threes. Buddy Hield. Naz Reid back on the floor. Naz Reid able to deliver a 3-ball, the first of the game, and they rejoice at Target Center.
Buddy Hield to the paint.
Buddy Hield back to work, and he draws the foul, and that one goes.
Buddy hit it. It's good and a foul. Conley wants a review, but it's not going to take away the bucket.
Or the old school three-point play there. 9 in a row for Hield. Anthony Edwards drives and scores.
Now Edwards guarded by Draymond down the lane, got fouled. The bucket's good, and he's going to go to the line.
That is going to go, and the toughest attempt of the night by Edwards. He scores it with a foul.
Flipped it down to McDaniels. He'll take a top of the key jumper. They let him go, and he hits it.
This game is long from over. Buddy Hield drives high off the glass. Hield having a big third quarter.
Wow. One hand, left hand finish.
Here goes Naz Reid to the basket. Nice move.
Edwards will drive the other end all the way to the cup. Left-handed, it's up and good. And here comes Minnesota.
This crowd getting into it. Kuminga backs down Edwards. Swipe down. Here's Butler. Butler secures it. McDaniels gets into the paint. Puts that one in at 6'9", just shoots it right over the defenders. Oh, look at Spencer.
Pat Spencer continues to amaze for Golden State in the postseason.
Looney out on Edwards. He gets a step. Edwards drives and scores. And they're coming easy at the basket for Anthony Edwards now. Payton out to Butler.
Over to Butler. 3 to shoot. Pulls up. Takes a deep 3.
Butler with DiVincenzo on him. Butler. Oh my goodness. He fires it off the glass trying to draw a foul. Didn't get the whistle, but knocks in a prayer. Everybody getting a touch here. Now Hield resets and hits a 3. That's Spencer at the controls here. He pushes. Spencer with that hook shot. That's his shot, coach. And down 23 here late in the third quarter. Randall barrels his way to the basket and puts it in. Draymond Green drives, finds Kuminga.
Little elevation sensation for Jonathan. 78-57 Warriors.
DiVincenzo for 3. Got it. That was pure. Naz Reid with those 4 fouls. Rings one true. Naz Reid hits a 3. And Butler. Kuminga set up for 3. Jonathan Kuminga rattles one in. McDaniels finds Reid. Reid drives it. And Reid, that little runner is good.
Conley off a screen by Gobert. Dribble drive Conley. Locked up by Draymond. Naz Reid left wide open for 3.
Naz Reid hits a 3. Steve Kerr wants a timeout. Minnesota showing life. As Gobert gets it deep and dunks it on Butler. Lead is 15 for Golden State. There goes Edwards. Gets by Spencer. Edwards is fouled. It goes. The Ant-Man with a chance at a 3-point play. Edwards. Shake and bake. Edwards drives. Edwards lays it in.
Butler dribbles in, draws 2 defenders, goes on a cruise. Hand off to Hield. Left sideline 3. Got it, Buddy Hield right in front of Warriors owner Joe Lacob. Makes it 88-76. What a shot by Buddy, who now has 21 points.
And Butler pins down Gobert. Butler scores it. Jimmy Butler drives. This is Butler time, but he's denied. Randall goes the back of the wall. Here's Edwards now with Payton on him. Edwards gets a step, lays it in, and 1.
And now it's a 10-point game, and Edwards can make it a 9-point game with his free throw.
Jimmy Butler follows Green, kicks it. Payton, big 3 on its way, and Gary Payton the second. A monster 3 in the corner for Golden State. Edwards for 3. Cash! Here's Buddy Hield. Catch and shoot. The stroke is pure, and Buddy Hield delivers another big 3-pointer. Edwards drives, lays it in.
Or you should just run the whole 24 here. Pass inside to Draymond. Layup no good. Butler tipped it in with 33.2. Buddy Hield's going to dribble this one out. And a gutsy, hard-fought, huge victory for Golden State as they win Game 1 with Steph Curry back in the locker room with a strained left hamstring for over half the game. And the Warriors, with only 1 day of rest after a tough Game 7, they have captured Game 1 of this Western Conference semifinal series. Final score for the Target Center: Golden State 99 and Minnesota 88.
Jimmy, Steph goes down in that second quarter. You knew everyone was going to have to step up. What did you see with this whole team coming together to earn this team win, game one on the road.
Yeah, big time for the guys. We want Steph back, I'll tell you that. It's hard playing without that man, but we got one on the road, came here, did what we had to do.
Jimmy, this is your first time back playing in this building since 2021, 2 assists away from a triple-double. What was this experience like for you being back here?
Great, with a new group in the playoffs. I don't think you could ask for anything better than to be here and get a dub in Minnesota.
Steph said this morning that game ones of a series are always just a feeling out process. What do you learn from this game one that you're going to bring into Thursday as a team?
That Steph is our best player, and the game is much easier when we got him.
Jimmy, simple enough. Congrats on the win. We'll see you Thursday.
Thank you.
General update on Steph, any prognosis at all?
Just day to day. He'll get an MRI tomorrow.
Did you talk to him? Just what was?
Yeah, I talked to him at halftime. Just, he's obviously crushed, but the guys picked him up and played a great game, and obviously we're all concerned about Steph, but it's part of the game. You just guys get hurt and you move on. Our guys did a great job of moving on and getting a great win. 48 hours after a Game 7 road win. It's an amazing group of guys. These guys they compete and they're together. We've been the best defense in the league since the Jimmy trade, and that's what's keeping us afloat right now.
What's the message to the group when you find out Steph's out?
I didn't say anything. By the time we got into halftime into the locker room, Steph was already in there with an ice bag on his hamstring, and the guys already knew, and we didn't say anything. I just told Gary he'd start for Steph, and we talked about the plan for the second half.
What can you say just about Buddy Hield's full court, two-way, defensive stopper, shooting, whatever you want to call him?
Yeah.
How would you describe that, Buddy?
Buddy was following up that amazing Game 7. He was just crucial for us tonight. I think he started out the game 0 for 7, and we needed every one of his 24 points. With Steph out, we had very, very few options offensively, and the guys did a really good job of just defending and trying to run off misses so we could get the offense going before they could set up their defense. Not that it was a great transition game for us. I mean, we only had 6 fast break points, but when you're defending like that, you always have a chance. And some guys hit some big shots. Buddy's 3, Gary's 3. Jimmy had a bucket in that stretch where they cut it to, I think, 8 or so. So we did what we had to do. Great defense and, just kind of hang on in that fourth quarter.
What was Draymond doing just defensively to seem like he was everywhere all the time? Was there something particularly special about his effort tonight?
Well, Draymond was doing what Draymond's been doing for 13 years, for how many years he's been in this league. He's the best defensive player I've ever seen in my life. He was everywhere. He was guarding everyone. He just has a way of helping every single teammate by being in the right spot and thwarting different advantages that the opponent has. And he makes our defense go. He makes the game much easier for all of the other guys.
Hamstrings are particularly tricky to play through. Are you kind of operating under the assumption, game planning under the assumption over the next 24 hours that he probably won't be out there game 2?
Yeah. We're definitely game planning for him to not be available on Thursday, but we don't know yet. Yeah. But with a hamstring, it's hard to imagine that he would play Thursday.
What's kind of I know it's early and you'll have a day to really think about it, but as you reset the series without him, how do you find enough scoring?
We have to talk about that. We're going to give the players the day off tomorrow. Nothing, no film. They need a day. These games have been every other day. We're flying all the way across the country. Our guys are tired and they need a rest. They need the day. So coaches will meet tomorrow and we'll figure out our plan for Thursday.
They missed their first 15 three-pointers, finished at 17%. What was the game plan? What was the keys to limiting them from the arc?
Well, we did a great job early of keeping them from getting many good looks. I mean, I thought their first 7 or 8 threes were tough threes. I'll watch the tape. Maybe I'm wrong, but it felt like our defense was responsible for the early threes. And sometimes, you know, when you don't get open looks early as a team, you start to force things a little bit. And then when you do have an open one, you're not in rhythm. So I thought they had several really good looks late second quarter, mid second quarter. But we had done a good job taking them out of rhythm. We held them to 11 points in that second quarter. And so we established a really good defensive posture and mindset. And that was enough to really, you know, swing the game. And we were able to hold them off in the second half.
Was the plan coming in to go 12 deep, just coming off of Sunday? Was that an adjustment with Steph going out?
No, that was an adjustment with Steph's injury. And, you know, we were completely winging it in the second half.
And then what did you think of just Pat and J.K. Looney?
Awesome. Every single guy who came off the bench contributed. You know, I never really look at the stats after a playoff game. I just think about how guys competed. And I thought every guy who came off the bench, whether it was Moses or Gee, Loon, QP, Quentin was a plus 14 in 6 minutes, didn't take a shot, but he battled, and we were in a good run there with him. J.K. To come off the bench and play some important minutes when he hasn't been in the rotation, that was important. And we've seen Pat. He's a gamer. We know that. And those minutes were big. And if Steph doesn't go, you know, Pat will definitely get more time Thursday.
Steve, you've talked about what a different dimension your offense has with Jimmy. And with Steph out, I would imagine that accentuates that. It looked like you went through Jimmy almost every possession.
Yeah.
How much, maybe it's obvious, but to have Jimmy when Steph goes down, how much does that change the dynamic?
It's massive. The game settles down. I mean, you could see the last, 6-8 minutes, all we were doing was high ball screens for Jimmy. And we were even willing to take shot clock violations at that point. It was all about protecting the ball. And Jimmy is, I think, as good as anybody, any star in the league at reading the game, understanding how to control the tempo, control the, time and score, understanding everything that's happening, and putting the ball in his hands in a situation like that is pretty comforting.
Jimmy also had 6 offensive rebounds, 2 steals in the first half. How crucial are those little details, especially going against Gobert and Randall?
Incredible anticipation, and I think that's one of the things that separates great players is the anticipation of what's happening at all times, both ends of the floor. Jimmy's got that sense.
Steve, you obviously are always going to err on the side of caution when it comes to Steph, especially with a hamstring. But how much does this win afford you to be a little extra careful?
I don't know that it affords me anything. I just listen to Rick Celebrini, and whatever Rick says goes. And he's the expert, and he's got an amazing feel for these guys. And I'm sure we'll get an update tomorrow. And whatever Rick says, that's what we're doing.
Because of how gutsy this one was, where would you say this kind of ranks for you personally of, winning without Steph, some of the wins you've gone through?
13th. Sorry.
You joke pregame about Buddy being your defensive stopper, but you do put him on Edwards to start this game.
Yeah.
Was that a statement of any kind, or just let's see what happens when we put Buddy on this guy?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's based on what our options are, and two-way basketball. Can we get enough scoring at one end and enough defense at the other to make the game make sense? And Buddy makes the most sense. The way he's playing defensively, the way he's shooting the ball, it was a no-brainer to start Buddy.
Obviously, it's a long time ago, but Steph missed a bunch of playoff games in 2016 and 2018, and you guys survived. Yeah. Any lessons? What do you when you think about those games?
Yeah.
What do you take from that, or what does it matter at all?
Well, I think the difference at that time we had an all-time NBA roster. So those days we were well equipped to handle the loss of Steph. When you can bring Sean Livingston and Andre Iguodala into the game to back up or take Steph's minutes, you're in pretty good shape. But there is a lesson. I mean, you have to understand what it takes to win a game without your best player. And tonight was a good indication of that. Draymond and Loon and Jimmy led the way just with the leadership on the sidelines, talking to the guys, recognizing if you battle for every loose ball, every rebound. I mean, we got 18 offensive rebounds. You know, we out-rebounded them 51-41. You know, their guys are all 6 inches taller than all of our guys, you know, so it's about the intensity, the heart, the fight. And if you do that and you give yourself a chance, then you just find ways to score. We made 18 threes. And like I said, we had a lot of guys make big shots, you know. Draymond, you know, 4 threes in the first half. Gary made that huge 3 late to kind of stem the tide. So it's about defending, taking care of the ball, and just finding ways to score.